guys, happy Mindful Monday. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. So this week, our lesson is going to be yoga stretching. One of the moves we're going to do is downward dog. So I'm sure you've all heard of yoga, but if you haven't, it's a form of exercise that involves very controlled breathing, like we've learned how to do during our deep breathing exercises, and then moving your body into controlled positions. It takes a lot of focus to control your breathing, but you've been learning how to focus on your breathing and control, so I think that you're going to do great at this. Okay, so what you're going to need for this activity is to find an open space somewhere in the house, or if it's nice outside, this is a great thing to do outside. Okay, if you have a yoga mat, great. If not, you don't need anything at all. Yoga is best practiced barefoot. If you're able to be barefoot, great. Otherwise, I would recommend wearing like a light tennis shoe. But I wouldn't go in your socks because your feet tend to slip around more in socks and you have less control and less balance. The mantra for this week to go along with our yoga is, my body is strong and powerful. So while we're doing our yoga poses, feel free to say those to yourself as you're working through them. So just go get yourself a space and we'll get started. Hi guys, I have my daughter Veda here with me today. She's going to demonstrate some yoga moves for you. Real quick, Veda, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a graduating senior at Lincoln Park Performing Arts Charter School, where I was a dance major and I took a bunch of dance classes. And next year I'm going to start college at Penn State University, where I'll be studying biology and go on to become a doctor.
Awesome. Thanks, kiddo. All right, so here we go. Okay, we're going to start out with some shoulder stretches first. Sit on the floor with your legs crossed or crisscross applesauce. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and take a big deep breath in. And then exhale and relax your shoulders. Okay, do that again. Inhale, shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, relax your shoulders. And one more big deep breath. Inhale, up to your ears. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Nice. Okay, next, hold your arms straight out in front of you and link all your fingers together. Turn your hands out so the backs of your fingers are facing you. Then stretch your arms up above your head. The palms of your hands should be facing the ceiling. Take a big deep breath in and stretch up. And then as you exhale, breathe out, stretch to one side. And then inhale and come back up to the middle. And then exhale, stretch to the other side. Again, inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the side. And then back to center. Okay, the first position we're going to do is downward dog. So I'm going to have you start on your hands and knees with your hands shoulder width apart, and spread your fingers wide and push your hands down. Make sure your knees are straight under your hips. Okay, now tuck your toes under your feet and lean back so that your bottom is resting on your knees. So now take a big deep breath in and lift your bottom up. And breathe out and push back and see if you can straighten your legs and get your feet flat on the floor. If you can, it doesn't matter. You can keep your legs bent slightly if that's a little more comfortable, like a slight bend in the knee. So if you look like that, that's okay, but the goal is to get your heels on the floor. Okay, so take a few deep breaths while you're in this pose. Inhale and pull in the tummy, and when you exhale, try to push even deeper into this pose. So you can bend your knees and bring your knees back to the mat. Untuck your toes. And then bring your ankles together, but widen your knees farther apart. And then sit your bottom all the way down and really get a nice stretch through the shoulder. And then this is child's pose. And you can rest your forehead on the mat And just give yourself a couple breaths here. Okay, when you're ready, you can come up from this, however you feel is comfortable. So just go ahead and stand up on your mat. Okay, the next pose we're going to do is the Warrior One pose. So stand at the end of your mat with your hands on your hips. Keep your head up, and your shoulders should be back and down and relaxed. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Raise your right foot, okay? And so when you sit that back, you're going to turn your foot out that way. Okay, so turn out the toes of your right foot, then take a big step forward with your left foot. Keep your left leg and foot facing forward, and be sure to make sure your bottom is not sticking out and push your heel into the floor. Now breathe out and bend your front knee so it's right over the top of your ankle, and press down into your back foot. Now take a big deep breath and raise your arms above your head. Reach up toward the sky and hold the pose for 5 big deep breaths. Think to yourself, I am strong and powerful. Every time you inhale, I want you to think about lengthening your arms up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Just really lengthen all the way from that back heel, straight up through your hips, up your back, your shoulders, up to your fingertips to the sky. Okay, so from here, we're going to transition into Warrior Two. So turn your hips so that they're open. You can adjust your feet if you need to. Bring your arms out to each side and stretch. So just look out over your arm and reach as far as you can in both directions. Really feel that length across your shoulders. So something just pulling on each end of your fingertip. So now if you want a bigger stretch, take your right hand and place it on your right leg. Take your left arm and reach up and gently bend over. And feel that stretch all the way across down your ribs. You'll feel it on the other side, all the way down your back. Take a moment to take a few breaths on your own here. And when you're ready, on the exhale, you can bring it back to the Warrior Two Surfer. And then you can bring your feet back together. Make sure both your feet are facing forward. Put your hands back on your hips. You're nice and tall. And we're going to do the other side. Take your left foot and turn it out. And then take a big step forward with your right foot. Make sure that your heels are pressed into the ground. And now I want you to bend your front knee so it's right over the top of your ankle and press down into your back foot. And then with the inhale, take your big breath in and raise your arms above your head, straight up to the sky, remembering to lengthen and stretch those fingertips all the way up. Next, we're going to transition from Warrior One into Warrior Two. So you're going to turn your hips so that they're open, facing center. And if you need to adjust your feet at this time, you can. If you want to take a bigger stance, it's totally up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. And then reach your arms out as far as you can, out nice and wide, like you're riding a surfboard. So stay here. I want you to take a few deep breaths. When you inhale, you're reaching as far as you can in both directions. So imagine that there's, something on each side of you that you're trying to get to. Okay, so if you want an even bigger stretch on the next inhale, lightly place your left hand on your left leg and bring your right arm over the top of your head and reach. Gently lean backwards and be careful not to push on your knee. And then on the exhale, you can come back to Warrior Two Surfer. Okay, and then take a step back. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Remember our mantra, my body is strong and powerful. Have a great week. I miss you. Love you. Bye.